Josh from CycleHunters.com. Today, we're checking out a 2002 Honda 919. The Honda 919 is probably one of the best all-around sport style or sport standard bikes. And the reason for it is because right away, you have a seating position that is very neutral. So anybody that wants a bike that's sporty, has a larger motor, 919cc motor, but doesn't want to be leaned over in an aggressive sport position, this is a great bike. So as we get into this, there are very, very few blemishes. One major one, which is this right here. But that's pretty much it. Has low miles. It looks great. It's a matte finish, so it's got that sinister look to it. Wheels are in great shape. You can see, like I said, it's really in nice shape overall. But this is a bike that you can pretty much hop on, thumb the starter, get going down the road. It is widely known as a very reliable bike. I mean, it is a Honda, for crying out loud. It's all stock, so you're getting a bike that doesn't have anything aftermarket on it other than our battery tender lead that we put on there. But things like that we're going to talk about. But again, it's a bike that you can be very, very sure to jump on, thumb the starter, get going down the road, and be very confident. So the Honda 919 has about 101 brake horsepower, 65 foot-pounds of torque, top speed 142 miles an hour-ish. If you've got a wind at your back, maybe a little more. But this is not a bike that you're looking for top speed runs. Although I think they did clock it somewhere in the 11s, maybe the high 11s on a quarter mile. But this is, like I said, the bike that you could use daily. Many facets for a daily rider. You could put a backpack on. You could tie a bungee cord to the rear for your pack. You can get tank bags for them. All kinds of accessories. The other thing, like I said, on this one, when you jump on it, it has a light clutch pull. So, yeah, you can even feel it right away. It is not a heavy clutch, which makes it real enjoyable for riding on a daily basis. Your hand's not going to get tired. It's a very smooth running motor. It's liquid cooled as well. You can see. So, a bike that you could jump on and ride daily and really not get too tired is something that's extremely enjoyable because it maximizes your enjoyment of riding. Controls, pretty simple stuff. High beam, low beam, turn signals, and your horn. On, off, and your starter. You can see this bike only has 4,675 miles on it. So for an 02, that is really not a whole lot of mileage. You have your indicators up here, your analog speedometer, your analog tach, your temperature gauge as well. This, like I said, this down here has your turn signal indicators and your resets for your trip meters. So, without further ado, start her up. I don't know if I have to use the clutch. We're gonna find out. Nope. There we go. Starts right up. Cold start. You can see. Ooh, she's snappy. But you know what? With the exhaust on here, it's pretty quiet. As you would expect, it's not going to be a loud exhaust. This is a street bike that's, again, fully stock. You could start that up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Your neighbors aren't going to be waking up out of bed complaining at all. The look of this bike is really cool. Sort of reminds you of a little bit of a Ducati Monster. It's got that overall kind of aggressive standard look. Tank is pretty thin through the center, so you're Your legs can fit right in there and hug the tank. Let's give it a twist. Oh yeah. Oh, that is snappy. Snappy motor. Okay, so low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. Turn signal. Let's see. Oh, I gotta turn that on. This is gonna be left front. This will be left rear. Stock, stalks. This will be right rear. Right front. Really visible. It's going to be foot brake. And then hand brake. Again, overall, great street bike. Something that anybody could pretty much hop on, be very comfortable riding. Not a whole lot in terms of odd body positioning, any of that stuff. Very neutral. You have a mid-control type of a rear set, foot peg. So your feet are right underneath you. You have your body leverage, and you have your feet, as far as, like I said, some leverage underneath you. So it may not light the world on fire in terms of looks and everything else, but really maybe that's not what you're looking for. But the overall feel, it feels pretty thin through the center when you sit on it. So your knees can pinch right into the tank when you're going around corners. And I can tell you, our tech Joel has had one of these for years, and he loves the bike. So riding this, hustling it through corners on a sport type of a day, if you're out just tooling around on the weekend or really whatever, hitting the twisties, you're gonna love it, because it does offer a lot in terms of the performance for going through the twisties. But again, if you want to put a backpack on, if you want to go somewhere and maybe load it down with some stuff on the back, you're able to do that. So it's very versatile. Now, I mentioned the battery tender lead. Every one of our bikes gets a 48-point checklist. So no matter how new they are or low mileage, it doesn't matter. We go through them as thoroughly as we possibly can. Oil and filter, those are basic things for us. We're checking the charging system. Anything that we can do to make sure that when you get your bike from CycleHunters.com, it is as close as we can make it to new. If the bike needs it, it does get it. Tires are pretty much new, front and rear. Scrubbed in, so when we put a set of tires on them, we go scrub them in for you, make sure they're good to go, not super slick, so when you pull out the first time, you're good to go. This also has the carbon fiber tank cover, so if you have a belt buckle, it's not going to scratch your tank. But there you have it. A really great overall standard bike for the everyday rider who just wants to jump on it, thumb the starter, and go. And that really is what it's all about. When you walk into your garage or wherever you park your bike, you want to smile, you want to enjoy riding, you don't want to think about anything else but jumping on and going. And that bike right there is going to provide that in droves. No question about it. Just a good looking bike. Sleek, sinister looking, matte black finish. Yeah, and it's a Honda. I mean, what else can you say? What else can you say? Very low mileage. So if you're digging the 2002 Honda 919, give us a call at 717-273-1809. You can see the full list of current inventory at www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have some financing options available, some aftermarket warranties available. In some cases, we can deliver bikes. We can ship bikes as well. We've done it quite often. I just also want to say I really appreciate all you guys subscribing to us and liking our videos. It's really cool that as a shop, for what we do, completely independent. We love bikes. We get all different kinds of bikes. As you can see, we're not beholden to just one manufacturer. It's about all these different types of bikes, and it is so enjoyable to come in and see the inventory, turn around, and what are we going to get next. It's just cool. It's just really cool to be able to do that. And again, something like this, 2002, less than 5,000 miles on it, in such nice shape. We know that when you get a bike from us, it is going to be in great shape, because this is what we look for to get right away, so that when you get it, after we've gone through it, it's as best as we can make it, and you're going to have nothing but an enjoyable experience. So my friends, until the next bike, happy riding.